Okay guys, this is your test 3.1 review answer key. I'm going to go through and work out all of the problems so that you can check your review and make sure you are ready to go for tomorrow. So number 1, an equation is modeled below. Write the equation and solve for the value of y. So first we're going to turn this model into an equation. So 3y minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because those are negative counters, equals 1y minus 9. So first I'm going to subtract y, because that's positive. 2y minus 5 equals negative 9. Because my 5 is negative, I'm going to add that to both sides. We are left with 2y equals negative 9 plus positive 5 is a negative 4. Divide by 2. Y equals negative 2. Number 2. A model of an equation is shown below. What is the value of f? So just like on number 1, we are going to turn our model into an equation. I have 2f's on the left-hand side equals 1f plus 3, because those are positive counters. To solve, I need to get my f's both on the left-hand side. So I have a positive 1, so minus 1f. Those cancel. 2f's minus 1f leaves me with 1f equals 3. So on that one, there was really only one step, and you have your solution. F equals 3. Number 3. The equation w plus 9 equals 5w plus 5 is modeled below. Which value of w makes the equation true? So, all we're doing again, solving for w. Take away w from both sides. It's going to cancel here, and left with 9 on the left equals 5w minus w is 4w, and then bring down this 5. Now, because all of my w's are on the right, I'm going to subtract 5 and get my constants on the left. 9 minus 5 is 4, equals 4w. And then lastly, divide by 4. We get w equals 1, which is answer choice B. Number 4. Abby and Skylar both collect stamps. Abby has 10 stamps and collects 4 new stamps every week. Skylar has 60 stamps and collects 2 new stamps every week. After how many weeks will Abby and Skylar have the same number of stamps? So first we're going to look at Abby. She starts with 10 stamps, and she adds 4 new stamps every week. We're looking for how many weeks, so that's going to be our variable x. We want Abby and Skylar to have the same number of stamps, so we're going to set them equal to. Skylar starts with 60 stamps, and she collects 2 new stamps every week. So your equation is 10 plus 4x equals 60 plus 2x. Then we're going to solve. Minus 2x from both sides. Bring down your 10. We have 2x now equals 60. Because all of our x's are on the left, we're going to subtract the 10 and move that to the right-hand side. 2x equals 60 minus 10 is 50. And then our last step, we're going to divide both sides by 2. So that cancels, and we're left with x equals 25. Number 5. Logan and Giancarlo are both saving up money to buy mountain bikes. Logan has $50, and he will save $10 additional every week. Giancarlo has $15, and he will save an additional $15 every week. After how long will Logan and Giancarlo have the same amount of money? So again, we want them to be the same, so we set the two equations equal to each other. We're going to solve for x. Minus 10x from both sides. You're left with 50 equals 15 plus 5x minus 15. 35 equals 5x. And then just like before, our last step will be to divide both sides by 5. 7 equals x. So after 7 weeks, they will have the same amount of money. Number 6. Use the model to write the equation and solve for the variables. Hint, our shaded ones are negative. So I've got 5 shaded x's, so that's going to turn into negative 5x. I've got 4 counters, and they're positive, so plus 4, equals 2 negative x's, so negative 2x, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negative counters, so minus 8. So there's the first part, write the equation, and now we have to solve. Add 5x to both sides. Now I'm adding because my original 5x's were negative, so we want to cancel those out. We're left with 4 equals negative 2 plus positive 5 is going to give us a positive 3x, and then bring down the minus 8. Then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. Again, my original 8 was negative, so to cancel, we have to add. 4 plus 8 is 12, equals 3x, and divide by 3. We get 1x equals 12 divided by 3 is 4. Next, we have number 7. The sum of 1/2 a number and 7 is twice the number minus 5. Write the equation and solve for x. So there's a lot going on here. We're going to start by identifying our variable. We're looking for this number right here, and so that's going to be our x. So 1/2 of a number we would write as 1/2 x. Now, I also know I need the sum of 1/2 a number and 7. So I'm going to take 1/2 x. Sum is addition, and I'm going to add 7. Anytime you see is, that means equals. Twice the number means we're going to take our number and multiply it by 2. So twice the number is represented by 2x, and then minus 5. So our final equation is 1/2 x plus 7 equals 2x minus 5. We're going to solve. Minus 1/2 x for both sides. 7 equals 3/2 x. Add 5 to both sides. We get 12 equals 3/2 times x. Now remember, to get rid of this fraction, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So take your fraction and flip it over. We'll be left with 1x equals 2/3 times 12. 2 times 12 is 24, and divided by 3 is 8. So your final answer on number 7 is 8. Numbers 8 through 10. Use the scenario below to answer the questions. Maggie and Melanie own a local business together and are about to give gifts to their employees for the holiday season. They have purchased small gifts for their front office staff and large gifts for their personal assistant. Here's what we know about their gifts. Maggie purchased 4 large gifts and 2 small gifts. Melanie purchased 1 large gift and 20 small gifts. Each small gift costs $10, and each large gift costs an equal amount of money to each other. So number 8 says draw a picture to model an equation. So we're going to treat Maggie and Melanie's purchases like algebra tiles. We're looking for how much a large gift costs, so that's going to be our x. So Maggie purchased 4 large gifts. That's going to be 4 x's for your algebra tiles. And then she purchased 2 small gifts, so 2 counters. Melanie purchased 1 large gift and 20 small gifts. So you're going to draw in 20 of these little counters. And we know they spent the same amount of money, so we're going to set them equal to each other. Okay. We also know that each small gift costs 10, so each one of these little counters is worth 10. Okay. So on number 9, where it says how much did they spend on the large gift item, we're going to take this picture that we drew in number 8 and convert it into an equation. So my 4 x's plus, remember each of my counters is worth 10, so plus 20, equals 1x plus, I have 20 counters times 10 is 200 for Melanie. And now we're going to solve. Minus x on both sides to get my x's together. 3x plus 20 then equals 200. Minus 20. We get 3x equals 200 minus 20 is 180. And then divide everything by 3. X equals 60. So that tells us that each large gift was worth $60. So number 10, how much did each person spend? To find that out, we're going to replace all of our x's with 60 because we know each x is $60. So 4 times 60 plus 20 is Maggie, and then Melanie is 60 plus 200. So 4 times 60 is 240 plus 20 equals 60 plus 200. If we do our addition, we get 260 equals 260. And we know these two totals should be the same because it tells us they spent the same amount on their gifts. So each person spent $260. Number 10. The measures of 2 angles are 3x plus 30 and 5x plus 18. What is the value of x if these angles are congruent? So remember, in math, congruent means they're the same. So when we're writing equations, if we want 2 things to be the same, we're going to set them equal to each other. And again, we're looking for the value of x, so we're just going to solve. Minus 3x. Those will cancel. You're left with 30 equals 5 minus 3 is 2x plus 18 minus 18 from both sides. 30 minus 18 is 12 equals 2x. Then lastly, divide. So we end up with x equals 6. So for both angles, x is equal to 6. Number 12. Your family is going snow skiing over Christmas break, and you're trying to decide which company to rent the snow skis from. How much will it cost to rent skis for 6 hours for each company? So Skis For You charges $48 plus $5 per hour. So I'm going to let x represent the number of hours. Ski Right is $28 plus $15 per hour. We want to know how much will it cost to rent skis for 6 hours. So to find that out, I am going to replace x with 6. So 48 plus 5 times 6 is 30. equals 78. So skis for you is $78. Ski right is going to be 28 plus 15 times 6. Not equals. So 15 times 6 is 75. So 28 plus 75 equals 118. So for ski right for 6 hours, it's going to cost $118. Number 13, after how many hours do the companies charge the same amount? So again, anytime you see same, you know you have to set your two expressions equal to each other. So it's going to be 48 plus 5x equals 28 plus 15x. And x represents my hours, so I'm going to solve this equation for x. So minus 5x, 48 equals 28 plus 15 minus 5 is 10x. Subtract 28 from both sides. Remember, we have to move the 28 because we don't want to get rid of everything on the left. We want to keep it balanced. So you get 20 equals 10x, and then divide by 10. Remember, division is the last thing you should do every time. 20 divided by 10 is 2. So after 2 hours, the companies will charge the same amount. Next page, we're going to start with number 14. Luke needs $104 to buy the bike he wants. He saves $8 a week. Write and solve an equation to find the number of weeks it will take. So we know the total Luke needs to save is $104. We're looking for the number of weeks, so that's going to be our x. And if he's saving $8 a week, that would be 8x. So the solution for what x equals, we're going to divide, we get x equals 13. So after 13 weeks, Luke should be able to buy the bike he wants. Number 15. Chelsea's Change charges $6 to rent a helmet and $7 per hour. Cynthia Cycles charges $3 to rent a helmet plus $8 per hour. For what number of miles do both companies charge the same amount? So to start, we're looking for the number of hours for them to charge the same amount. So $7 per hour, that's going to be my x, and $8 per hour. So Chelsea is $6 plus 7x. Cynthia is $3 plus 8x. And we want them to be the same, so we set them equal to each other. Subtract 7x. 6 equals 3. And then 8 minus 7 is 1x. So you're just left with x. And subtract 3 from both sides. Because we only have 1x left, we don't have to divide anything. And we get x equals 3. So after 3 hours, they will charge the same amount. Okay, number 16. Use the distributive property to solve each equation below. We're going to start by distributing. Remember, take what's outside the parentheses and multiply it to everything inside. So negative 8 times n is negative 8n. Negative 8 times negative 5 is a positive 40. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8n. And negative 2 times 12 is a minus 24. We don't have anything to combine, so we're ready to solve. I'm going to add 8n to both sides. get 40 equals 16n minus 24. Add 24. 40 plus 24 is 64 equals 16n. And our last step is then to divide. To get n by itself, 64 divided by 16 is 4. Number 17. Again, we're going to distribute first. So 7 times 3 is 21k. 7 times 8 is 56. 4 times 5 is 20, and carry your variable. And 4 times negative 1 is minus 4. Remember, when you're distributing, pay attention to your positives and negatives. They will make a difference. Start by subtracting 20k from both sides. So 1k plus 56 equals negative 4. Bring that sign down with the number. Positive 56, so to get rid of it, I subtract 56. K equals negative 4 minus 56 is a negative 60. So your final answer is negative 60. Number 18. Which situation can be represented by the equation 100 minus 2x equals 140 minus 6x? So A. Tank A has 100 gallons of water and gains 2 gallons per hour. So right off the bat, I see I have 100 plus 2x, and that does not match my equation up here. This is 100 minus 2x. So because my operations are different, I know it can't be option A. Next, we're going to look at option B. Tank A has 100 gallons of water and loses 2 gallons per hour. Tank B has 140 gallons and loses 6 gallons per hour. When will the tanks have the same amount? So 100 minus 2x equals 140 minus 6x. This matches the equation they gave me, so I know it has to be B. Tomorrow, while you're working on your test, anytime you see where they ask for more water or less, that cannot be an answer choice, so read carefully. Okay, number 19. Howard is 14 years old. This is 8 years younger than his sister Sabrina. Write and solve an equation to find Sabrina's age. So we're looking for Sabrina's age, so that's going to be our x. We know he is 8 years younger than his sister Sabrina. So because it's younger, we're going to subtract 8. And we know that will give us Howard's age, which is 14 years old, so it equals 14. So to solve this, it's a simple one-step equation. Add 8 to both sides. X equals 22. Number 20. Represent each statement as an equation. Negative 5 times the difference of a numbering 3 is 9. So we're going to start with the negative 5 times the difference of a number, so that's my x, and 3. So I know I have to take x and subtract 3. But because it's negative 5 times that entire difference, I'm going to add parentheses. And that is 9. Now, 21 and 22, we don't have to solve these. We're just writing the expression. Okay, 21. 6 pies more than 3 times the amount baked yesterday is 27. So let's start what we know. Is 27 means it's going to equal 27. More than, so right here, and I'm going to have to add we're looking for the amount of pies that Faith baked. So that's going to be our x. So the amount is our x. 3 times that would be 3x. And then 6 pies more would be plus 6. So your final equation is 3x plus 6 equals 27. 22, the product of 8 and a number c. So this time they gave us a variable. Product means I'm going to multiply. So that's going to be 8c is equals 12 less than twice the number. So twice the number, we've done that one before. It's going to be 2c. And we need 12 less than that. So minus 12. Remember, on your subtraction, the order is important. So because 12 has to be less than the number c, we have to do 2c minus 12. Number 23. Devin has saved $725 for a new drum set and lessons. His drum set costs $475 and drum lessons are $25 per hour. Determine how many hours of lessons he can afford. Set up and solve the equation. So we know the total he's saved is $725. His drum set is $475, and he's paying $25 per hour for his lesson. We're looking for the number of hours, so that's going to be our x. So our equation is 475 plus 25x equals 725. To solve, we're going to subtract 475. 25x equals 250. And then divide by 25. X equals 10. $24. Your bill for the music playing on your phone costs you $109.74 last year. The plan charged you $10.99 for a yearly fee and then 79 cents per song. Write and solve an equation to determine the number of songs you downloaded. So again, the total is going to go after the equal sign. 79 cents per song, and since we're looking for the number of songs, it's going to be 0.79x plus the yearly fee of $10.99. Solve, minus $10.99. So 0.79x equals 98.75 and divide by 0.79. X equals 125. So 125 songs. And lastly, number 25, Gabby's Gym charges a yearly fee of $75 plus $12.50 per session for a personal trainer. A new fitness center charges $100 for the yearly fee and $10 per session for a new trainer. How many sessions will it cost for the two plans to be the same? So again, same means equal. Subtract 10x. $75 plus 250x equals 100. Subtract 75 then. 250x equals 25. Then we're going to divide by 250. We get x equals 10. Okay, there's tutoring in the morning if you have any other questions. In the meantime, study and good luck.